I'm going to make this video really straight and to the point. A lot of people with 2015 and up Mustangs have three consistent issues, and it has to do with a recall that's come out with Ford. It came out a while ago. I think it came out in 2022. But people are having crappy throttle response. They're getting out of their cars after turning the lights off, locking the car and walking away. They'll notice their brake light, their third brake light stays on, and their two tail lights stay on as if someone was in here pressing the brake. And their cruise control the icon for cruise control will pop up on the dash, but when they go to set the cruise control, it will not set. So if you're having those three issues together, I have a $3.99 fix for you that you can do by yourself without removing any sensors. Literally all you're gonna have to do is get down under the dash and place one of these clips into the brake pedal assembly. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I fixed this in 5 minutes at AutoZone with a pair of needle nose pliers and these little clips here. So first I'll go ahead and explain what the issue is. So your brake pedal assembly has a sensor attached to the top of it that lets the car know if you're pressing the brake or if you're not pressing the brake. The sensor protrudes like this. Here's your brake. So if you were to press the brake, it's going to go this way. If you're going to let your foot off the brake, it's going to come back. The sensor here, when the brake pedal goes back, it is supposed to slightly press that sensor, letting the car know that you are not using the brake. When you press the brake, the sensor re-extends like this, and it lets the car know that you are pressing the brake. So what happens is there's a clip on your brake pedal assembly up here. There's a clip that slightly protrudes from a piece of metal that allows this to compress all the way. So the sensor will be fully compressed, knowing that you're not touching the brake at all. That clip is very brittle and will dry rot, and it will fall out. And you may even see it on your floorboard. It's like yellowish, white yellowish clip. And you could look up in there and it may not even be there. Like in my case, I just bought this car from Carvana and I had those three issues that they did not report. And I looked into it and it's the recall that Ford has. But instead of going to a Ford dealer and telling you that their maintenance department's backed up for a week and they can't get you in for a week, and then you have to worry about somehow compressing the sensor so your lights don't run your battery down. And this is the easiest fix. So all you have to do is fill that spot that the clip used to be, because now that the clip isn't there, when the brake pedal comes back, it allows the sensor to protrude through a hole that is now available because there's no clip there. If you fill that hole, it'll press it like normal, which is why I got this from AutoZone for $3.99. I literally cut this in half, cut the stem in half here, grabbed the edge with a pair of needle nose pliers, and I put it into the hole, pressed it in, and now it works perfect like it does from the factory. And I'll put up a video showing you exactly where this is. The video will be following this. But as soon as you put this in, you could even super glue a penny. I mean, if you glued a penny over that hole, anything you can do to make sure that the sensor doesn't protrude through the hole or rest in the divot where the clip is supposed to be, as long as you can get that sensor to compress again, all your problems are going to go away. Your throttle response will be great, your cruise control will set, your brake lights will not stay on. But anyway, I'm going to put up the next video is going to be me showing you exactly what it looks like. And then I'm going to put a video following up after that one showing you my problem being actually resolved. So it'll be a video of me going to the front of the car and pressing the brake and releasing it with my hand while the camera stays behind the car, so you can see the brake lights actuating and turning off, just as proof that it works. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you this part number, what I got personally, but you don't have to get this. Literally anything like this you can get. You can rig it up any way you want. So this is what the part number is, and I got this at AutoZone, 458900, and it's GM body trim panel retainers. I bought multiple. just in case the one I have somehow becomes defective, and I'm just gonna keep them in right there in my freaking little glove box thing there. But keep in mind there's limited space down there, so I did cut this in half. You see that little bald area there where if my camera will focus, that little bald area there where there are no more like spines, I cut it right at the top there. So it's basically like cutting this thing in half is what I did. And what you want is something flat. So that's why I said the penny. You can literally glue a penny. So this just protrudes through the hole, and I think it'll give it a little bit better stability. But obviously nothing's more stable than super glue. So if you super glued a penny over it, you'd get the same effect. That is now what the sensor will be hitting, and that'll be coming back towards the sensor like this and compressing it. So there you go. It's such an easy fix, and like I said, it's better than having to be on a week-long wait list to get into a dealership for Ford to tell you that they're going to have to replace your entire brake assembly. You know, some of them won't even, they'll do the recall and then they'll try to sell you on something else, like replacing an entire brake pedal assembly, when it's literally one clip for $3 will fix 3 of those issues and keep you from chasing, you know, electrical gremlins, thinking that you have a bad sensor or bad this or bad that, when it's just this. Alright, so that sensor is not supposed to have that hole to go through. So see how the sensor is, that white dot is going through. There's supposed to be a button or a rivet or something that stops that from protruding through. So when the brake pedal comes back towards it, it presses the sensor all the way back. So it only presses it partially. So I have to have something to stick on that hole, so that way the sensor pushes even farther back